Before we can start using the checkbook inside of Lizzy, we need to create some bank accounts. And before we create the bank accounts, we need to create some chart of accounts for us to hold our money on the books. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go over here to Accounting, Chart of Accounts, and we're going to view the chart of accounts control. Now what we're interested in is the cash summary account that's here at the top of the list of chart of accounts. These account numbers will always start with a 1. We're going to open up the detail for this particular account and take a look at what is already here. When you get Lizzy, you're already going to have a primary checking account and a primary savings account. But what we're going to do in this video is actually create another account to show you how to do this. So the first thing is to take a look at our master account number, which is this cash summary account, and we know that because we drilled in here to get to it. So we're going to set our master account to the cash summary account. So up here we're just going to select cash summary. The next thing that we want to do is select the type of account, and you can see over here to the right that it is actually set to cash. So we're going to select cash. We're going to put the account number in. You can make up any number you want, but we would recommend you keep the layout that we have. So for this particular account, we're going to start it with 110, and we'll say that it's going to be a .05 and then a .000, or you can select to do it any number of ways. You could have them all be 110.01.00123. It's really up to you as to how you do the account numbers, but this is something that we need to do here. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create the account name, and I'm just going to call this the name of the bank. And if you have multiple account numbers at the bank, then maybe you want to put the last couple numbers of the bank account or something in there to help you know which one you're looking at. But hopefully you know why you have the different bank accounts, and you can put those in pretty much any way you want. So we're just going to call this Bank 1. And then the rest of the fields that are here we're going to leave alone. There really isn't anything else we need to do here. So we're going to save this. And so now what we're going to do is actually go create the bank account itself. This is where we're going to actually store the money. So we're going to go to settings, and we're going to go to our little drawer up here and go to settings. We're going to go to accounting, and we're going to come right here to bank accounts. So the list on the right are our current bank accounts, but I'm going to go ahead and set us up a new bank account. So we're going to call it the name. I'm just going to call it Bank 1. I want this to be my default account, or we can set it as a private account, which basically lets only certain people see that particular checking account when they go over. So you could set some of your people to be able to pay bills, for example, but maybe you don't want them to have access to the money market account or something. You can set that as a private, and then don't give them access to private bank accounts. We select whether it's a savings account or a checking account. We select the chart of accounts number, and we're going to create or select the one that we just created. We select the bank account fee for the chart of accounts for the bank fees. You can select or create different ones if you want. These fees aren't really big enough to warrant having their own account numbers, but if you want to have them in there, you can. I'm just going to select the one that we want to use here. This is also where you set up the next check number so that Lizzy can start to auto-generate your check numbers for you. But in this case, I'm going to leave those blank, and we're just going to put in Bank 1. We'll put in the account number that we have for that bank, the routing number if you want to. I usually put these in so that if somebody calls in and needs the bank information, I can just jump over here and get it for them. I don't have to go looking it up on the statements, but you can do this any way you want. And then if you export or import ACH data up to the bank, this control here actually tells it whether or not your bank selects or uses an unbalanced ACH form or not, and then what the origin starting digit is. And these are really for the ACH files if you're doing that kind of stuff. If you're not electronically sending those files, then there's not anything you got to put there. And then lastly, we're just going to save the bank account. It'll tell you that it's been updated. And so now if we go over here to accounting, checking, view register, we can see that we actually have a new Bank 1 account.